Hello. All right, so this is Chess with Bill. Guess who I am? Anyway, I am learning the French defense. My chess coach has told me to do so, and so I'm doing it. And yeah, there's a bunch of variations. So I'm gonna go through this stuff and see if I can manage. Although it's giving me a lot of the answers over here. I wonder if I can turn this off. I know. Let's see. I'm just not going to look at any of this. All right. So, do I make moves here? Oh, this is a game. So it's by Christian Bauer and Alexander uh, Chernyayev. Um, and they look like they're grandmasters. And I guess, oh, wow. Yeah. So I'm just sort of reviewing this game a little bit. I'm assuming that this is the next move. And I'm right. Yay. Okay, so this is the advanced variation, which it's the only one I've actually looked at. It's called advanced because it moves up this way. Um, my chess coach mentioned trying to get rid of this bad bishop, like so. But I'm just gonna, instead of talking about this so much, oh crap, so it's literally gonna do this. I'm just gonna go through it. Am I just gonna go through it? I'm gonna talk the whole time. I'm gonna drink coffee while I do so. Right, so what I'm trying to do here is uh, get rid of the bad bishop here. So this might be the next move. Um, the knight doesn't go here yet until after that. Usually we're piling up on the d4 pawn, and if the d4 pawn, d4 pawn, if it falls, then I'll be piling up over here, and you kind of have this kind of interesting uh, knight maneuver. Sorry, the knight goes there. At any rate, we'll see what happens next. Right. So the idea here is to get this bishop here in exchange. Right. So I think I take. Yeah. Takes back, and then I. Interesting. Okay. So that plan is kind of thrown out because this happened. Bishop comes here, and now my bishop is actually not as bad of a bishop as it was. Um. This is probably trying to stop this. Right, so after this happens, let's say I take, this takes, or maybe even the queen comes out. Probably not, because the queen has this check over here. Anyway, let's see what happens. Okay, so piling up here. I'm going to guess something along these lines. Maybe. Nope. Getting the knight out. So it's something similar regarding this square instead of attacking this square. Because eventually this pawn push is going to happen. Okay, moving the bishop, which is unprotected back. Now probably looking for that square. Nope. Blocking here first. Right. Because the queen can be pinned. Nobody wants that. Okay. Queen goes to the light square, probably making way for a castle. Right? This is X-raying the queen. And interesting, so instead of putting the knight here, it blocks the X-ray, kind of. But it challenges these two pieces. Probably not this one, because then you kind of fix his pawns, right? Here, I guess the queen just kind of loses a bit of a tempo. Not sure. Let's keep on going. Okay, so he wants to save that bishop, and he also protects the knight, and it puts pieces in the way. I guess maybe taking with the pawn's not so great, because even though you have this pawn chain, you are taking spots or squares away from this knight, which at that time would only have this guy and this guy, and it makes this pawn pretty isolated. Let's continue. Okay, so the castle expansion. King moves over. I am assuming that is to guard this square eventually. With the king here, I guess the queen and king are vulnerable if there was a white knight there. Maybe also on this diagonal at some point. I think what it really is just to get the king into a place where he could run with luft and also to better protect the pawn. Not 100%. Oh, that's what it is. King is moving over because after this, the knight needs somewhere to go. Right? Look at me. Who wins in this? Black wins in this. Okay. Knight redirects. Okay. Again, a knight redirection. Probably just a kingside expansion is what's going on. Things are... This pawn is kind of weak with just the queen. But... See, the knight's coming back here. Maybe just redirecting the knight to the queen side is what's actually going on. Right attacks the queen. The queen. She moves where the knight was. Okay. Pressure on this pawn. And that pawn moves. Got a backwards pawn here. Alright, and the king side attack. So this queen can go anywhere. She probably wants to stay, somewhere where she can guard that pawn. So I'm going to guess something like this, although then you got a rook that can come. Maybe here for a push and you're protecting. I don't know, but it blocks this guy. Where does she go? Maybe there? Okay, she comes back. So she's removing herself from the rooks and guarding this pawn as well. Whoa, I just screwed up. Oh wow, let me go back. Sorry, I don't really know what I just did. Okay, let me speed up a little bit, attacking this pawn here. Guarding it with the rook. Knight comes in, putting pressure there and there. Also blocking the queen. And protecting that, or not protecting that, never mind. But there isn't an idea there. The idea is over here. This is wild. Oh, I see. So this is a check that the queen can't take. Right? This happens. Which is why maybe he's moving this way. Or perhaps it's just an attack, a fork. Like right there. Why move the king, though? I think it's because of this check here. That's a wild move. So we're coming at this guy right there. Check. Moves this way. Check. Takes that way. I'm not really seeing how there's a mating net yet. Queen gets out of dodge. Check. King's forced. Start trading down a little bit. Check. So this would be mate. And moving the knight loses the queen. Not really, though. It's really just going for a mate, I think. Right? Defending that square. Defending this square, although they've got lots of people coming. There's a check there, and the king can't come out. King can't come there. Oh, this is mate. Yeah. So, gives the king a little bit of space. King's got to move. And that's it. Wow. So that's a way that the game can go. All right. Let's see the next chapter. Wah! Let's see. These are some just interesting games. French advanced games. So this is Ch Bauer and J Rowson. Both you know about my rating. That's a joke. All right, so Queen D4, interesting. And are we actually using the French in this? I mean, this is not the French yet. I bet it transposes. Ugh, interesting. So you can transpose into the French from Queen D4. That's schnicky. You get this schnicky rook maneuver. Okay, the classic French. So here's the advanced. It seems like a lot of times they take here. So I've been told, and I believe you can just take back. But whatever. Right, so he advances. Trying to trade off the bishop. This happens. Probably takes. Bishop. And the bishop comes here. Yet again. This is to stop this advanced pawn, right? Okay. Piling up on this square. Similar thing going on. This knight is likely coming here. Opening up, opening up. I'm gonna assume, see I've got 1, 2, 3, and 4 to there, 1, 2. So this pawn can't really advance yet, right? Because it'd be take, 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 and then you can't take back because of the queen. What is the next move? Something like this, I think. No, knight moves. So in the last game, I want to say there was a h3, or sorry, h6 to prevent something like that. Or maybe looking for this kind of fork. Huh. Alright, well, we continue. Knight gives up this square. And now this comes. So it's a little bit later. Attacking the knight. Interesting. So one of the things that this pawn does, it blocks, you know, all this pressure that can come down this way. But when I come here, I guess it also prevents a fork. Okay. Takes, the queen comes out. Bishop starts opening this up. Probably going to attack this guy, maybe? Maybe? Or is it just opening up for the rook? Attacks the rook. Castle's kingside. And then the bishop is attacked. Really, I mean, the bishop's not attacked that hard. This is kind of happening. Now the bishop is kind of being attacked. Interesting. So if this bishop moves, he's going to have a lot of pressure on the c-file. Right? This guards and attacks at the same time. Sacking the rook. Going for pawns, baby. Doesn't take this pawn. Keeps this guy here. And prevents the pawn from moving. Okay. Trying to block in that rook, I think. Interesting. Can't really go anywhere there, but... Okay. Knight is moved around and is blocking this square. That's an annoying little queen move. Right. So we're putting a lot of pressure here if this knight moves. Man, this is not how I think. At all. I guess I can't attack the queen because... Well, actually, why not? I mean, there's a take here, I lose the queen. And then I get... I mean, a knight and a pawn for a queen? That doesn't seem very good. That's why these guys are 2,600 and I'm 900. Sacking old dude, weakening the position. A lot of danger on both sides right now, right? Attacks the queen. Queen moves back. Trade. Goblin up. This is kind of wild. I like this maneuver. You can't kill here because it's protected. Taking here, here, here. So getting the rook out of dodge. Not 100% why. Oh, it wasn't on the back row, so it could only move up one. Okay, avoiding checks. Centralizing the king. And just maneuvering around. Those pawns are going to march down, aren't they? Gaining opposition. But he can make up a move. This could be dangerous. Trying to skewer the king. Doesn't go for the skewer, though. I guess not, because let's say this happened. The king could move here and threaten that guy. Man. Got a lot of pawns. But black has the rook, of course. Okay, attacking the king. This is really dangerous. Oh, and then they just go back and forth. Yeah. All right. Wow, that's intense. So let's see this other game. Again, it's Bauer and Alisher Sulyeminov. Alright. D4. So this is a way to respond to D4 and transpose it into the French. Okay. French stuff. This is advanced variation. Of course, the bishop comes out. Take. Takes. Bishop is on this square. Okay. Preventing that. So had he gone there, this, and then that can happen, but they've got this passed pawn. That's not very good. So I guess instead of coming here, bishop comes there. And now it becomes a good bishop. It's good to know. Knight comes out. Can prevent any forks, or not forks. What am I trying to say? Skewers. Pins. Getting the knight involved is kind of a... This is, I mean, it's the only place for the knight to go. And obviously the knight wants to go to here. But it blocks the queen's attack. So it allows this pawn move. Okay, pawn takes. Just resolving all that tension. Queen comes out. So they are even right now, right? I think white is up a pawn. No, none of they're even. All right. Trades maybe? Nope. Wow, black is just bullying white back. Get out of my home, man. Okay, queen's blocking. What is she doing there? She's just getting out of the way. She's putting pressure. She's putting pressure. So if there, well, there's no castle. I'm assuming there's a bishop maneuver here. Maybe this. Nope. Get the bishop here instead. So the bishop can maybe do some sort of attack, or just doesn't quite know where it wants to go. Maybe after castles is just putting pressure on that column. Attacks the queen. She comes back. X-rays the king. And now we're attacking this pawn. Woo-hoo! Queenside castle. It's Queenside castle. And we have some protection there. All right. Challenging the rook. This is going after this pawn. Protecting this pawn. I was thinking an attack like this, sacking the knight, queen comes in, something like that, and then also has this maneuver. Instead, we're just doubling up on that. Fair. Takes. Okay. Lots of pressure on the king. Trying to get rid of this bishop. Right. Also, if this bishop moves, we get a rook for it. Also, if this happens, I can get the knight involved. Or take and maybe get the rook involved. I think probably knight comes over. Nope. I was wrong. King avoids any checks. Also got to remember this pawn. Going after the pawn. Trades. Kick that knight. Big ol' check. My knight is hanging. Where does the rook go back to? Maybe there. Maybe here. No, because this can happen. Maybe there. No, going after the pawns. That's interesting. So those are, I don't think those are just useless threats on the pawns. I think it's maybe to screw up the pawn structure. Moves the king. Okay, hoping for this. Okay, got a check. King comes back. Going for that pawn. Doing the same thing right here. Is this a waiting move? Is it just centralizing the king? Maybe after this, check, boom, boom, that kind of thing. Okay. Creating threats. Yeah, that's no good. Lots is going to happen over here. And you got all these pass pawns. All right. Wild. Okay, so there's a few games that I've reviewed, master games, for the French defense advanced. What I can gain from it is, the first few moves, getting the bad bishop out. If they don't play e4, you're not lost. You can do a6 and essentially transpose into the French and kind of start playing the way you want to play. We'll see. All right. That's what I got for today, y'all. Thank you to the Patreon people. Natalia Cline, Ember Ellaria, and James Johnston. If you guys want to join the Patreon, check it out. Patreon.com/chesswithbill. Subscribe, like, all that stuff. I appreciate you. I will be streaming at some point. You have to catch me. Until then, peace.